Hey everybody, it's Lavender Town, and today I'm going to be redrawing some of the amazing paintings I found at Goodwill. There are a lot of real treasures in here, and I'll just tell you right now, I actually purchased one of these. You have about 10 seconds to guess. Actually, maybe more like 4. Okay, time's up. It was this special guy. I love him, so now he lives on my wall, and he's also going to be the first one that we draw. So the coolest thing about this little fella is that he was actually made out of like fabric. He was like knitted or crocheted or something. It's really, really cool. He's not embroidered. It's like he was literally knitted into the fabric. So I'm going to try to incorporate some of that texture into this drawing, as well as keeping all of the stuff about his character design that I love and expanding on it in my own style. So I have a few theories about the story behind the original work for this one. Obviously, I don't know if any of them are true, but I'm basically just guessing because he's looking off to the side and he has a bunch of flowers in his hand. I feel like this used to be part of a two-piece set. I feel like he was looking at a love interest originally, especially because it's so small and it really looks like the type of, not painting, but like decoration that would be in a two-piece set. So basically, I'm imagining this guy as sort of a lovelorn character who's wanting to meet with his betrothed or whatever. And I really like this sort of longing look not off screen, but off crochet. So it adds a lot of like mystery, like where's he looking? And I honestly am like a little sad that like if this really was part of a two-piece set, like he's separated from whoever he was gonna give those roses to. It's like, that's sad, man. So obviously I moved the pose around quite a bit. The original pose is very naturalistic and I think it looks really, really nice, but in my style I feel like it's better to push things a little bit. I know not everybody likes poses that are pushed and exaggerated, but like I can't with the naturalistic poses, they just look too stiff to me. So he's really puffing his chest out and looking towards the horizon, towards whoever he's looking at. And I know usually I let the names go to the comments, but this time I had a name for him that I just absolutely need him to have, and that is Mr. Goodwill. Obviously because I got him from Goodwill, but it also really sounds like the name of like a Jane Austen style like protagonist, like Mr. Goodwill has come to see the lady of the house, like, right? I feel like it really works. I don't know if that's super corny, but I just did a little bit of light shading on him. I didn't want to like obliterate it with super dark heavy shading because obviously I wanted to sort of protect the textured stuff that I did, and in the end I think he looks really cool. I changed up his face a lot from what I usually draw just because I am feeling a little burnt out lately, so I'm trying to just experiment a little bit. Next up is an absolute classic. It's the wolves. Now, I don't know if this actual picture is a classic, but I know that there's a lot of classic pictures of wolves, sort of one howling, one looking stoically into the future. And basically, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I gotta do this. But I also felt this dread fall over me, like, oh my god, I just remembered that I suck at drawing dogs. So basically what I wanted to try with this one, I was sort of trying to push myself to do some stuff that I don't usually do. So wolves already is one of those things. I don't usually draw animals that have like a muzzle. I'm not bad at drawing rodents and stuff, but like horses and dogs I just have a terrible time with. So I feel like they kind of turned out looking a bit more like Shibas than like actual wolves, but I still think they look extremely cute, so I guess that's a benefit of some kind. I don't know why the one looking forward has like surprise Pikachu face right now. I just apparently can't have like a majestic animal. They always gotta be extra cute. We'll see if I can fix that before the end here. You might have noticed also that I'm doing a lineless style, which is definitely not standard for me. I even started putting a few lines here and there just because I'm so afraid of lineless styles, but I think it still counts because I, started without lines, so does that count? I don't know. It ended up looking kind of okami-ish because of the like thick brush lines that don't complete. And then I put in some cool shading to try to tone down that like Shiba tan that I put all over them for some godforsaken reason, even though they're clearly gray wolves. The best part about simplified lineless styles are that the background becomes extremely meditative and nice instead of being a horrible nightmare like it always is. So basically all you need to do to infer a beautiful lush birch forest is this, just basically stripe down some green foresty looking color with some birchy color in a variety of lines, and suddenly you have a beautiful editorial looking background. I mean, it's not perfect, but you know what I mean. It's a pretty quick background and it works pretty well. I realized that I don't actually know how to make a proper gradient in Procreate, so my hack for that was to take this like hatchy brush and sort of just patch it around where I wanted there to be a gradient, and then I just used the really great smudge tool and smudged it, so now it looks nice and gradiated. And that's even better because now it looks a little bit more like non-digital and textured because the smudger has like a bit of, you know, canvasy texture on it, so it looked a little bit better. I tried to fruitlessly give them some more wolf-like traits by giving them a little tooth, as if dogs don't have teeth. Honestly, I don't know what I was doing with this one, but I hope you like it anyway. It's not often that you find amongst the used golf clubs, the strange helmets, and the variety and plethora of haunted dolls, a piece of actual art, a real masterpiece. But luckily for this final one, I was able to find just that. This piece, probably titled Bare Bottom's Welcome, is the work of an artist who we may never know the full name of. All we get are 3 initials, TCR, and a strange list of numbers at the top that may be some type of cipher. I can only assume that the artist wanted to stay in anonymity so their lives were not destroyed by the fame and fortune that this piece would probably bring to their doorstep. A wise move. So for my reinterpretation of this piece, I decided to add detail rather than taking it away like I did with the wolves. So I just did little things, like I added a bit more like fluffiness to the bear. He's looking a little bit more like one of those bears that feel more like they have hair on them. I want him to look more like he's like really soft. And I wanted to add a plaid texture to the, well, not texture, a plaid pattern to the bow on his neck. I just thought that would look extra cute. I added some little like toe pads as if he has real paws, and I stuck them out more so that it looks like he's sitting on the toilet. The bear in the original kind of looks weird. I don't know, maybe he has like really long legs or something, because like the toilet and him are having a strange spatial relationship. I obviously wouldn't criticize TCR in any way, so I'm probably just not understanding the perspective here. Plus with kitsch art like this, it really doesn't matter. It's all about like the vibe it gives off, you know what I mean? It's interesting because like art like this is the type of stuff that actually affects like people's lives more, you know, because a lot of, you know, fine art and stuff that's taken really seriously, you don't see it that often. It's in textbooks and it's in museums, and that's all you see. But like this has definitely been in some grandma houses. This has been in some real places where people actually live, and I think that there's something really special about kitschy art because of that. It actually has like a place in our society, and in a weird way, like fancier art kind of doesn't. Like unless you're interested in art, you are not going to see that all the time. So yeah, I have a weird respect for this type of stuff, like this like gift shop kind of art. I mean, it's obviously incredibly nostalgic. I actually think I've literally seen this painting before, like inside of someone's bathroom. I don't know whose, but it's triggering like a deep childhood memory in me right now. I definitely lightened up the bear's coloring quite a bit. I was cursing myself because I didn't ink this properly. Like there's so many broken lines, so I had to do a lot of stuff by hand that I otherwise wouldn't have needed to. I mean, I did a lot for that for the first picture I did, but that was because there was tons of nice texture. This time it was just like a pain for no reason. I decided not to actually add the sign, partially because I didn't leave enough room for it, like a dork, but also because I actually like hate it. I hate the pun. I usually am a major pun lover, but there's something just so like weird and gross about it. It reminds me of those Charmin ads that are like super creepy. I don't know. I'm so sorry, TCR. I'm just like, that particular part I'm not a fan of, but everything else obviously is perfect. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you feel like doing this yourself, please feel free to tag me in the results. I love looking at weird Goodwill art, so yeah, it's all good by me. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much to my wonderful patrons, including Bella Story, Blue Boy, Calpumpong, Clockwork Construct, Dionysus Hadrilis, Dr. Casket, Elizabeth Album, Imagine Creations, JJ Jade, Joseph Copel, Justin, Carla Tapia, Katie Marigold, Kira, Kyle D. Metz, Leblibla, Midnight Doodles, Micah Dactyl, Moosadeer Rachel, Nora Cornelison, Okamore, Ollie, Rosie Warlock, Sergeant Pendulum, The Artsy Moose, Your Boy ST, and Zoe Stardust.